Okay, so today I'm going to take this 3/4 inch 20mm ply and this stock, which is just treated pine from an outdoor project, just some leftover scraps, but I'm going to turn that into a stool. So let's see how we go. Oh, that's not very straight. Hang on a minute, my square isn't square. Great. It's going well. So I've now sanded that off and it's a fairly straight line now on the left hand side, so I'm just going to stick it on my mitre saw. So first of all I cut this straight and then I cut the mitre. I just didn't realise that I didn't need to do that. Never done it before. So you can see we've got just a fairly shallow angle there. Let's see. So that would put the legs roughly like that. I think that's going to be fine. I had a bit of a mishap where I cut one of the mitres the wrong way. Again, it's just not knowing what I was doing. There we go. Just got to do 3 more like that and I can start on the stretchers. I've now got these 4 identical legs and we will ignore the slightly too short one where something went wrong. So now I need to do the stretchers. So I've lined up the 2 legs roughly 9.5 inches. You can't quite see that. 9.5 inches from outer edge to outer edge. I had some issues with the camera. Basically the battery ran out, so there's a bit of a gap. But actually that was just painting it grey, which I ended up abandoning anyway. I've now got this lovely royal blue on there, which yeah, I think it's going to look great when it's dry. If it's this vibrant when it's dry, I'll be really pleased. So I repainted everything blue, ended up doing a few coats for various reasons. And my heater is loving it, as you can see. Spin, 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 spin. Okay, so that is finally nice and dry. I'm just going to give all of this a light sanding, just to really get rid of all these bumps and scrapes and marks and things, or the majority of them. So as you can see, it's I think I was a bit aggressive with the sandpaper. We've got this kind of shabby chic look going on, which actually I do quite like, but just it wasn't what I wanted for this project. I wiped off all the dust with the old rag, vacuumed it up, and then painted another coat. And then once it was dry, I started assembly. And this is where things started to go a little bit wrong. So I actually had a few issues in the assembly stage. As you can see, screws went horribly wrong, the tops weren't as level as they were supposed to be. I stupidly split the wood down here. There's all these little things that really annoyed me and I nearly threw the thing in the bin, to be honest. The point is that even though it was really frustrating and I very nearly just gave up, I'm still going to finish it off. I'm going to clean it up and see how it looks when it's done. It's still going to be a cool thing that I built for my son. Definitely some learning points for next time, but the main one is not to rush and not to try and just get it done. I need to do it carefully and methodically, even in the annoying last stage when I just want it to be finished. They say you win some, you lose some. I say you win or you learn. So I'm glad I actually persevered with this project because it actually cleaned up okay. So here I was just testing the red trim on a piece of scrap ply with a stencil made from masking tape, painter's tape. And here I had to mask off the one side and then do the other side kind of freehand because I couldn't get the tape square enough. But it came up pretty well. So it's not looking too bad for a test run. In fact, I'm pretty happy with that. So now it's time for the real thing. Here goes nothing. So I'm just masking off the edges and I wanted to do this outer edge as exactly the right amount that I wanted the red to be from the edge, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And you can see there's a few bits there where the tape is actually covering an area that will be painted, but that was kind of unavoidable because, as the same problems before, the tape wasn't quite kind of square enough. So I painted that bit on. Carefully removed the tape, and there was a bit of an issue here where I actually got a splodge right in the middle, which was really irritating, but I managed to get rid of that, and I just touched it up with blue afterwards, and actually the big yellow one ended up going over it anyway. So here I'm just again doing the red bits that I missed kind of freehand because I had no other choice. Then I masked off and used a template to do the one, and then just kind of cleaned that up a little bit. And I had to just keep rotating the workpiece to clean that up rather than trying to do it at funny angles. And then I used a really small brush to use the red paint to outline that one freehand. Again, I was really pleased with how this came out. It was the most accurate painting I think I've ever done in my life. I'm really pleased with that. So now once that dries completely, I'm going to spray on the lacquer and then we'll be done. Here's some slow-mo lacquer spray action. Ended up doing 2 coats of this. And now the best part of all, the handover to my son Eli.
What's that?
It's number 1.
Number 1. Hello.
It's my stool. It's blue. Thomas.